Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Truck Series presented by Shoney's here on iRacing, getting ready for 74 laps around the historic Charlotte Motor Speedway. Getting ready for race number 10 before we head on to Darlington next week, which is going to be an exciting one as well. But right now, we're looking at the 91 of Jonathan Jennings, currently up at the top of the leaderboard. No surprise. Just over his rival as of late, Justin McMahon, who is sitting back in second, currently only 0.03 of a second behind in time. So a very, very close margin between these two drivers. Sorry, I was in the middle of trying to set something up on my screen. We got up here already. K-Doggy, that's Kevin Brown says, let's go, boys. Getting ready. We got about 2 minutes left here in practice. We'll take a look at our points coming into tonight. See, up at the top of the leaderboard is still Jonathan Jennings with a commanding lead over second place. It is over 200 points. Almost 300 points over second place there. So you see Lucas Edwards sits back in third, Christopher Simon and Steve Gerber. So right now, Jonathan Jennings just running away with the championship, trying to go back-to-back here in the Doghouse Racing League. And I do math bad. Jonathan Jennings has a 128-point lead over Justin McMahon. So I do no math no good. So I no do English good either, apparently. But y'all knew what I was talking about, so we're good there. We have your top 25 up on the leaderboard, so you can see where your favorite drivers are at. Frank Hughes back in 6th, Mark Dumont 7th, Mike Leftwich in 8th, Chris Leftwich back in 9th, and then Dominic Hughes round out your top 10 as we are just past halfway through the season. Again, as we see Adam Gardner having some issues there off of turn number 2. Oh, Kevin Brown, look at that. He just was on the chat there saying, let's go, boys, and look at that. That 33 machine is on the racetrack. So we're going to see Kevin Brown ripping it around Charlotte Motor Speedway. Good to see him back on the racetrack. Hunter Simpson in the 5, currently the 3rd fastest driver on the speed charts. So he's working around the outside of the 114 of Mark Dumont. You see right behind the 32 of Leander Johnson hanging back right behind as well. Kevin Powell's currently the 4th fastest. Then you find Lucas Edwards back in the 5th spot, and our top 5 are separated by less than 1/10 of a second. So as, the checker flag is now flying, and we get ready for qualifying to get underway. So as we get ready for qualify, of course, we always want to thank our great partners here in the Doghouse Racing League, including our series sponsor, Shoney's. Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar, or take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. The Doghouse Racing League is also fueled by Rogue Energy. The Rogue Energy is designed to be the ultimate energy drink. 0 sugar, 0 fillers, 5 calories packed with essential vitamins. Take hydration to the next level. Visit rogueenergy.com, enter the code DOGHOUSE for 10% off your order, and all proceeds and commissions earned through the link will support the Doghouse Racing League. So you can find the links down below in the description. As we have our first drivers getting out on qualifying here. Doesn't look like anybody's taken the green flag yet. Mark Dumont just making his way into turn number 3. Gary Mio also coming through turns 3 and 4. They're going to be your first 2 drivers to take the green flag. Also down below in the description, not just is the link for the Doghouse, for the Rogue Energy down there, but you can also find the link to the Doghouse Racing League's website where you can find news, stats, standings, as well as some driver information there as well. So check that out at doghouseracingligue.com. Mike Dow, another driver, making his way down into turns 3 and 4. Coming to take the white flag, Frank Hughes Jr. jumps up to the top of the leaderboard. Mark Dumont in second. Now Dominic Hughes in the second spot, moves Dominic back a spot, and Jonathan Jennings jumps to the top of the leaderboard. In the chat we see Let's Go, Engel, and Edwards, and that is for Lucas Edwards and Jeffrey Engel. As Frank Hughes Jr. now jumps up to the top of the speed charts above Jonathan Jennings. Does Jennings have an answer here on his second lap? Yes, he does. He's going to bump Hughes back with a 32.02, which is faster than he ran in practice. He ran a 30.06 in practice. Drops an 0.2 here in qualifying. Adam Gardner just came across the stripe on his second lap now, coming into turns 3 and 4. And Gardner is going to stay in that 5th position currently. Mike Samia just jumped up into the 2nd position, running a 30.14, but still over a 10th slower than your current pole sitter, Jonathan Jennings. And Justin McMahon has qualified. He is currently in the 4th position. Can Samia do anything here on his second lap? No, he's going to run almost identical times as John Smith currently up in the 7th position. Christopher Simon. Oh, Andrew St. Cyr jumps up to 2nd. Bumps Samia back a spot with a 30.12. Still a 1/10 of a second slower than your pole sitter, Jonathan Jennings. Christopher Simon's back in the 19th position. We got about 5 seconds left here in qualifying. We see Jeffrey Wimmer making his way into turn number 3, coming to take the white flag. We see quite a few drivers left to qualify. We see Wimmer now down into turns 3 and 4. And across the stripe, and Wimmer is going to stay in the 21st position. As time expires, Chad Waller's lap is not going to count there as he was just about to cross the start finish line. So let's take a look at our starting grid here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. You see Jonathan Jennings up on the pole with Andrew St. Cyr going to start to his outside in position number 2. Michael Samia back in 3rd with Frank Hughes Jr. from the 4th spot. Then Lucas Edwards rounds out your top 5. Justin McMahon will roll off from the 6th spot in the 24 machine with Mike Leftwich and Adam Gardner rounding out row number 4. Row 5 will find Jonathan Smith and Hunter Simpson. That's going to round out your top 10. Bill Gentry and Kevin Powell make up row number 6. Row 7 will be Mark Dumont and Chad Waller, with Justin Hughes and Steve Gerber making up row number 8. Row 9 will find Leander Johnson and Richard Leclerc, and rounding out the top 20 will be Michael Dow and Christopher Simon. '21st is Jeffrey Wimmer with Dominic Hughes back in 22nd. 23rd, Stephen Bonoma with Jeffrey Engel back in finishing out row number 12. Row 13 is Gary Mio and Ricky Hudges II with Kevin Brown and Chuck Cobb rolling off 27th and 28th. 29th will be Eddie Rivers, and rounding out the field tonight will be the 58 of Frank Hughes. As we just wait for our last truck to hit the grid, we'll get ready to roll out. Get ready for 74 laps around the historic Charlotte Motor Speedway. In real life, this is the home track for many of the NASCAR teams. For some drivers, this is a bit of a home track for them as well. We see the pace car rolling, and Jonathan Jennings gets the field rolling out on track as we get ready for our one warm-up lap before we go green flag racing. Got a moment. We also want to again thank Shoney's, our great series sponsor here in the Doghouse Racing League, as well as Rogue Energy. We'll talk about them a little bit later on in the race. Of course, our great partners over here at Intensity Broadcasting, including Race EPI for all your iRacing coaching and setup needs. Visit raceepi.com. You can visit our website over at intensitybroadcasting.com for hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, Atlee Atman Weiss' racing gear. Check all that out there, as well as our great partner over at Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is established and the trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you by visiting thebuttkicker.com. So as we get ready, Jonathan Jennings getting ready to start him here. The pace car takes that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. They approach the Toyota restart zone. Green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Side by side down into turn number 1. Jennings with a little bit of advantage. He's going to get and clear the 12 of St. Cor as the field rockets off of turn number 2 for the first time. Down the backstretch, Mike Samia looking down to the inside of Hughes as they come down into turns 3 and 4. Actually, Samia to the inside of Justin McMahon, as McMahon, bounces off the wall just a little bit. Doesn't look like any harm or foul as they come across the stripe to complete lap number 1. One truck already having some issues. That is the 34 of Gentry, who's crashed here going into turn number 1. Doesn't look like it's going to bring out the caution, as St. Cor has a challenge to the inside from the 61 of Frank Hughes Jr. Take a quick peek to see what happened here to the 34. See him down on the inside. Who gets loose, and then a little contact there, a little netcode contact. Goes down through the AstroTurf, tries to hold on to it. Gets that jump, then catches that hard inside wall hard. Tough break for the 34. As Jonathan Jennings continues to lead, we see Lucas Edwards up on the high side, trying to get around the 61 of Frank Hughes. Right up against the wall, trying to get all the grip and momentum he can. As we, almost bounces off the wall there as we see the 93 of Kevin Powell now making a move down underneath the 76 machine. Just in front, Hunter Simpson just moved up into the 6th position. He's trying to work down to the inside. As Hughes was hooked on that blue line. Makes contact. Three wide, but a great save from Frank Hughes. He was a little loose there, catching the blue line as a caution is out. And caution looks like it's for the 114 of Dumont. It's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind of the night. This actually starts in front of Dumont. This actually starts with the 56 of Adam Gardner. So Gardner gets down on the apron, gets a little loose. The 166 gets into the back of Gardner. You see Steve Gerber right there. And then the 114s of Mark Dumont just trying to check up. This is all happening right in front of him and catches that bump. And oh, they went 4 wide. Oh. Let's look at that again because they were 4 wide for a second. Yeah, we see Jeffrey Wimmer sees all these trucks in front of him checking up, but just wasn't really sure why. And look at that. We're almost 5 wide. They are 5 wide with Gardner down on the apron. Dumont gets tagged there. It comes straight down into the right side door of the 56 of Adam Gardner. Well, half the field comes down pit road. We see Steve Gerber, the first truck off of pit road. Jeffrey Wimmer, Kevin Brown, Chuck Cobb, Eddie Rivers, Richard Leclerc, Adam Gardner, Jeffrey Ingles, Steve Bonomo, Mark Dumont, all making their way down pit road. We see in the chat, Scooby, no. And already you hear drivers starting to save a little bit of fuel as the sun is starting to set here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As the field's still under caution here, the lights are still on the pace car. Mind you that the Doghouse Racing League is fueled by Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy is designed to be the ultimate energy drink. 0 sugar, 0 filters, 5 calories, packed with essential vitamins. Take hydration to the next level. Visit Rogue Energy and enter the code Doghouse for 10% off your order, and all commissions earned through the link help support Doghouse Racing. Also, we do want to mention again our great partner over here at Butt Kicker. If you're not familiar with Butt Kicker, it's an established and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. They're incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus, which is one I have, is a new and upgrade sim racing haptic which reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you. Visit thebuttkicker.com. Not just at the Butt Kicker can you find butt kickers for your computer, for your sim rig, or for your office chair, whichever way that you race. You can also find out which movie theaters in your area use the butt kickers in their seats to give that little bit of a rumble and immersive feel. So, you know, I think I'm a little bit old school here, but the old rumble packs they used to put on the N64 controllers, now all these controllers now they have the rumble built in. It's kind of like that for your computer chair. It lets you feel when the tires slide, when the engine revs, every bump in the track. It's a really neat thing. If you're looking for that extra little bit of immersion in your sim racing, check out thebuttkicker.com. Lights are off on the pace car. Jonathan Jennings going to choose the inside lane. Putting Andrew St. Cyr back up on the high side. Justin McMahon, Michael Samia back in row 2. Hunter Simpson, Kevin Powell back in row number 3. As we get ready for our restart here on lap number 9. Pace car is getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road as the field makes their way towards the Toyota restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. Great jump for Jonathan Jennings as Justin McMahon's trying to challenge St. Cyr to the inside as they rocket towards turn number 1. A little more single file on this restart, getting a little more spread out off the bat. As McMahon's easily clears St. Cyr as they rocket down towards turn number 3. Just behind we see Kevin Powell trying to make a move down underneath the 5. Hunter Simpson not going to be able to quite do it as Samia now on the back bumper of Powell. And our top 6 trucks are all, 7, 8 trucks are all single file nose to tail as we come to lap number 11. First real side-by-side battle is back for 19th between Kevin Brown, Jeffrey Wimmer. Kevin Brown now looking up to the high side of Gerber. Just out in front, we see some more side-by-side racing as Kevin Brown easily goes around Gerber up on the high side. Dominic Hughes looking down to the inside of Jonathan Smith. They're side-by-side for the 10th position. One more single file is Lucas Edwards up to the high side of Kevin Powell. He's going to continue to work that high lane, try to get around the 93 and work towards the 5 of Hunter Simpson as they come off of turn number 4. And Jonathan Jennings getting a challenge for the lead as Justin McMahon fights hard on that high side, trying to take the lead away. Edwards now up into the 3rd position, trying to work around Jonathan Jennings. Here comes St. Cyr jumping up to the high side. And move Edwards up into the 2nd position as he chases down Justin McMahon. He's going to challenge McMahon for the lead here down into turn number 1. Right there on the back bumper as they go through turns 1 and 2. Lucas up to that high lane yet again. He's going to have the momentum off of turn number 2. He's going to let a little push here from the 91 of Jennings as they go into turn number 3. They're side by side for the lead through turns 3 and 4. That time by, Lucas Edwards is going to lead that lap. Got a bonus point there for leading the lap. He's going to continue to work that high lane and try to clear the 24 of McMahon, but McMahon going to have to tuck in line as now Jennings has the run on the 24 down into turn number 1. Edwards continues to run that high lane. He's found something up there, and he's got that momentum working on his side, especially with these 2 side by side behind him. Almost some contact there between Hunter Simpson and Andrew St. Cyr. Well, this has been going on, so he asks where Jeffrey Engel is. Jeffrey Engel currently running back in the 24th position. Just kind of riding it out right now. While the 61 of Frank Hughes Jr. challenges Jonathan Jennings for the 3rd spot. Meanwhile, Justin McMahon now on the back bumper of Lucas Edwards. McMahon's going to take a dive down to the inside. And now McMahon has to deal with Jonathan Jennings right there on the back bumper. Couple chats just came through. New leader, Lucas Edwards. Yes, Lucas up in front, holding on to that top spot. And Ingle's wife says, let's go, Ingle and Edwards. And thank you for the broadcast. We appreciate it. As Edwards continues to run that high line, ripping the wall. It's working for him right now. Somebody who's nosing that right now is the 12 of St. Croix, who's trying to work that high lane around the 5 of Hunter Simpson. Simpson able to hold on down on the low side. And for those that don't race or don't really know much about Charlotte, this is a pretty tricky track. Turns 1 and 2 is pretty much wide open. Or it's a little bit of a lift. You have to lift a little bit going through 1 and 2. But 3 and 4, you can run pretty much wide open. But as you come off of turn number 4, the track really narrows up as we see McMahon challenging for the lead. And we see the 61 of Frank Hughes catch the wall. As Jennings is right there in the mix as well. So a 3-truck battle for the lead. You ride along with Jennings here, you can see what I mean. You're pretty much wide open. A little lift there, get the truck settled, back to the throttle. And as you come off of turn number 4, the track really narrows out there. There's not a lot of room. That truck on the inside almost has to check up to keep from carrying the momentum up into the truck on the outside. That's where Lucas Edwards been so good here tonight. Able to keep that momentum up off of turn number 4 as he gets up into the wall just a little bit. Opens the door for McMahon to go on by. Here comes Jennings, giving McMahon the push as they go down into turn number 3. And now Jennings has the 5 of Hunter Simpson right there on the back bumper. We see Lucas Edwards starting to slide backwards a little bit. And I think Edwards may have been up into the outside wall. Ooh, big wiggle out of St. Croix there. Back up front, a battle for the lead starting to shape up as Jonathan Jennings trying to get back to the inside of McMahon as they come off of turn number 4 and down across the stripe. Trouble for Frank Hughes. Frank Hughes has crashed and has made his way down the pit road. Take a look in a minute to see what happened to the driver of the 58 machine. As Jennings able to clear McMahon, and here comes Hunter Simpson looking down to the inside. So replay of what happened to Hughes here. Ooh, catches the outside wall, bounces off of it, tries to hold on to it. Ooh, heavy impact with the inside wall. And they keep the yellow from coming out. He does reset his truck, gets it back to pit lane. As Hunter Simpson continues the battle with Just McMahon for that second position. Meanwhile, Lucas Edwards has fallen back into the 7th position. That truck's just not handling like it was a few moments ago. We see why he's back up into the outside wall. So a tough break for Edwards as the battle for second place continues to heat up. Hunter Simpson able to drive it a little bit deeper than McMahon. He's trying to take that second position away. The battle continues side by side for second place. A little further back, Dominic Hughes and Lucas Edwards now balanced side by side. Edwards has made his way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Doesn't look like any damage to that 76 machine. I think he might have damaged his tires more than the truck itself. As now Simpson able to clear McMahon and solidly move himself up into the second position. I know we have some fans out there. Lucas Edwards now runs back in the 10th spot as the 166 of Chad Waller has made his way around. Waller's challenging Dominic Hughes for that 9th spot. He will take it over. Then Jeffrey Engel runs back in the 25th position. See Gary Amio, who's a couple laps down, just in front. And the 117 of Richard Leclerc is the next truck that the 14 is racing on the racetrack. Meanwhile, this battle is continuing on between Waller and Hughes. Hughes is able to close up on the back bumper, and then Waller is able to pull away. So neither driver really having much luck with each other. A little side-by-side battle up here. We see Frank Hughes and Steve Gerber with Christopher Simon right behind. Gerber trying to get around the 61 machine, and Christopher Simon trying to follow right on through. Behind we had a little battle there between Adam Gardner and Justin Hughes, as Gardner was able to pull on by, move himself up into the 18th position. And here's Samia and St. Cyr. This is a battle for the 4th and 5th position. Right behind Kevin Powell, Mike Leftwich coming up into the picture as well. So a great side-by-side battle. This is a battle for the 4th position. He is able to pull a slide job there up in front of St. Cyr and move himself solidly into the 4th position. St. Cyr gets forced all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack as he tries to work underneath Mike Leftwich now. Chad Waller right there behind as well. Fortunately for Lucas Edwards, it's a backward slide continues as he's now in the 11th position and about to lose 12th. About to fall back to 12th. As here comes Kevin Brown trying to take over that position. And Brown will indeed take over that spot. A little further back, we see Adam Gardner and the 55 of Ricky Hudges, excuse me, battling it out as Gardner now up into the 16th position. He's continuing on a forward move. As Andrew St. Cyr is trying to hold off the 60 of Mike Leftwich. Just behind Mike Leftwich now has Chad Waller looking down underneath. And Mike Samia now has Kevin Powell right there on the back bumper, trying to make something happen. I was about to say, Green's Flag pit stop should be starting soon, and as I was thinking it, here comes the 91 of Jonathan Jennings down pit road. Hunter Simpson, Kevin Powell, Andrew St. Cyr, Dominic Hughes, Jonathan Smith, Adam Gardner, Justin Hughes, Jeffrey Engel, Richard Leclerc, all coming down pit road. That gives the lead to the 3 of Mike Samia. And the yellow flag is out. Going to bring up our wreckage rewind, and I think this is going to upset a couple of our viewers here. So it looks like the caution was for the 76 of Lucas Edwards here. Try to see what happened to Edwards. You see Edwards slow on the front stretch, and he might be out of fuel. Yeah, that truck is out of fuel, and he had to stop it down at the inside of turn number 3. I'm not sure if that's actually what brought out the caution. But it appears that might have actually brought out the caution. So Mike Samia is going to be your leader here coming down on the pit road. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be the one of the drivers who really loses out big here. Because Jonathan Jennings was on pit road, and he is off pit road in front of Samia. And all these drivers, Hunter Simpson, Andrew St. Cyr, Kevin Powell, Dominic Hughes, Adam Gardner, Jonathan Smith, Justin Hughes, Jeffrey Engel, Frank Hughes, Mike Dow, Richard Leclerc were all on pit road when the caution came out. And that's why you see they are out in front of your leader, Jonathan Jennings. So when the 1 to go signal is given, they'll all be able to go around the pace car and get themselves on the tail end of the lead lap. The chat is blowing up. Let's see what you all have to say. Yes, series is spelled wrong at the top of the screen. You are absolutely correct. There we go. Now it's spelled correctly up there. Thank you for pointing that out. See what else we have up here in the chat. I think his plan is to extend the walls out a little bit more, give him more room to work with. And we see 76 out of gas. The dream is over. Bro pulled the Chase Elliott paint scheme. Yeah, it kind of seemed it, didn't it? But unfortunately, Lucas Edwards back rolling. but he is down a couple laps here. And it looks like Lucas Edwards might begin the wave around here. Or at least possibly moving himself up a little bit here. As all these drivers are going to make their way around the racetrack to get back onto the end of the lead lap. Of course, we want to remind everybody that the Doghouse Racing League is fueled by Rogue Energy. Use the coupon code Doghouse for 10% off your order. Rogue Energy is designed to be the ultimate energy drink. 0 sugar, 0 fillers, 5 calories, packed with essential vitamins. Take hydration to the next level. All commissions earned through the link down below will help support the Doghouse Racing League. So we are quickly approaching just 25 laps to go. Jonathan Jennings, your leader, going to choose the inside lane yet again. Michael Samia up on the high side. Chad Waller, Steve Gerber, row number 2. Kevin Brown, Jeffrey Wimmer, row 3. Chuck Cobb, Eddie Rivers, row 4. Stephen Bonomo, Christopher Simon, back in row number 5. Pace car down on the pit road. The field approaches the Toyota restart zone. And green flag is back in the air once again. And once again, a big jump for the 91 of Jonathan Jennings as Samia able to slide into that second position. But he's got Chad Waller literally right there on the back bumper trying to loosen that 3 truck up to get around as they come down the backstretch. The more those 2 trucks battle, the more it allows Jonathan Jennings to start to pull away just a little bit. The 15 of Eddie Rivers trying to work on the 9 of Stephen Bonomo. Right behind Christopher Simon, side by side with Leander Johnson. Johnson taking a look down to the inside, and right behind we see the 76 of Lucas Edwards, who again is a few laps down. He is actually 3 laps down. Hoping for a couple cautions to get himself back up onto the lead lap. But up front, Jonathan Jennings continues to lead over Michael Samia. Also in the chat here, we see Shake and Bake, let's go Ingle. Brittany Vent says, let's go Hughes, 61, 89, 08, and 58. Someone call Aerosmith. Talking about the Aaron's Dream Machine having a dream on for another win is Steve Gerber now looking down to the inside of Kevin Brown, and Brown able to hold off the hard-charging 8 machine of Gerber. A little further back, we see Kevin Powell and Adam Gardner side by side off of turn number 4. This is a battle for the 16th position. Gardner trying not to give up that spot up on the high side. Going to almost clear Powell there. Powell's going to have to top up in line. A little further forward, we see Christopher Simon looking down to the inside of Bonomo. And you see Lucas Edwards right there, even though he's a couple laps down, trying to make something happen. Just McMahon in the picture here as well. McMahon fell all the way back into the 12th position. He's trying to work himself back up towards the front. That's why you see a couple new faces up at the front, like Kevin Brown and Steve Gerber, Jeffrey Wimmer. Drivers who were more in the back of the field earlier in the race now find themselves with a chance to seal the deal here tonight at Charlotte. Seven trucks here under a blanket as they go into turn number 1. Ooh, big wiggle out of the Hughes machine. I'm sorry, the Waller machine. Sorry, there's Ricky Hudges, not Waller. There's a big wiggle out of Bonomo there. You see Edwards up on the high side, trying to get himself up towards the front, trying to get one of his laps back the hard way. As McMahon now works up to the high side of Bonomo as they approach turn number 3. Take a look off the back bumper of Jess McMahon, starting to pull away from that group of trucks behind him. He's going to set his sights on the 15 of Eddie Rivers, who has got Lucas Edwards between the two of them. You see Rivers now trying to work that higher lane, and some drivers really migrate up to the top here early in this run. Some drivers still trying to run the bottom. Some drivers choosing to run side by side. Someone said, can someone explain that restart to me? How did Jennings get back to P1 and all the other cars on pit road to the back of the pack? Not talking yet. No, absolutely. So Jennings was on pit road when the caution came out, which means that he was, I believe he was the first truck off of pit road. I believe he was off of pit road when the yellow actually did fly. That's how he was able to get out in front while all the other drivers were stuck on pit road. Speaking of Jennings, he does have Michael Samia starting to run him down just a little bit. This battle continues. What I was doing is looking at the times there, timestamps, and it looks like Jennings was just coming off of pit road as the yellow flag came out. That's what allowed him to get out in front of everybody else. And because he beat the leader off of pit road, it meant that he was able to go around the pace car and restart in the #1 position when everybody else came down pit road to make their pit stop. A little contact there between St. Cor and the 60 of Leftwich. It's all about where the pace car or where the leader comes out or comes by pit road when there are drivers on pit road. as to where the restart is going to be. Ooh, the 55 hard up into the outside wall. Ricky Hudges battling with Dominic Hughes. And a 61 right there in the mix as well. That's Frank Hughes. Although the 61 is a couple laps down. So he is actually one lap down. He is the first truck one lap down and in the lucky dog position. So if the yellow was to come out here and he is not involved in it, that would put him back onto the lead lap. Chad Waller has Kevin Brown right there on the back bumper. Brown, after missing a few weeks, trying to get himself a podium spot here tonight. As a caution is out on the racetrack. It looks like it is for the 60. Yeah, it's for the 60 of Mike Leftwich. Andrew St. Cyr was involved in that one as well. Let's see if we can take a look at the wreckage rewind here. As there's actually a little bit more to this one than just those two trucks. We saw the 55 was actually involved in this one as well, so I do not believe he's going to be able to get his lap back. Nope, I take that back. The 55 was on the lead lap. It's the 61 out in front. Yeah, there you go. You see the contact between St. Cyr and the 55 of Hudges. St. Cyr and Leftwich up into the outside wall. Hudges able to continue on. We see the 08 hard into the back of John Smith. That's the 08 of Justin Hughes. And that's going to bring everybody but Christopher Simon down pit road. So Simon deciding to stay out. So I know a few people were questioning the yellow flag there, and Jennings getting off of pit road. So here is the point of caution, and at this point, the 3 of Mike Samia is your leader. You see Samia is just coming down across the stripe now, and we see Jennings. All he's got to do is cross pit road before, and that's exactly what happened. You see, he was able to cross that line on pit road right there ahead of your leader. We can actually go ahead with the magic of iRacing. There you have it. That's how Jennings was able to beat Mike Samia off pit road there. And that's where he came out with the lead, where everybody else was behind the leader when the leader came across the exit of pit road. And that's how Jennings was able to come out with the lead on that last pit stop. And now it looks like Christopher Simon has made his way down pit road, and Jonathan Jennings is going to resume the lead. Some talk in the chat there, but yeah, it was a close, and I was curious too, because I wanted to see where the caution was, but it's all about that line that runs off of pit road there, and it goes across the track, imaginary line across the track, and he beat the leader across that line, and that's why he was able to exit pit road and be the leader on that restart. Well, we're going to get ourselves a restart with less than 10 laps to go. Let's take a little quick run through the field here. Jonathan Jennings is your leader. Chad Waller sits back in the second position, up 12 spots from where he started. Looking to restart here and have a good restart, possibly get himself his first podium of the season and maybe his first win. Mike Samia is going to restart from the third position, and we see Jonathan Jennings jumping up to that high side there we see Mike Samia up in third and Kevin Brown going to restart from the fourth position. Steve Gerber will restart fifth, up 11 spots from where he started. How about Jeffrey Wimmer? Up into sixth. He is up 15 spots. But our biggest mover of the race is the 81 of Chuck Cobb, who's currently up 20 spots to the outside of Justin McMahon. And round out your top 10 will be Hunter Simpson and Hunter Simpson. And actually it's the 15 and Eddie Rivers is going to be on the outside there. So a couple big movers through the field here. See, the pick here is on the 33. You're going to pull it out of the bag. It's a possibility that 33 machine has been extremely strong this last run. But here we go. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Jonathan Jennings going to lead the field back to the Toyota restart zone. Green flags back in the air. We are back racing with just 7 laps to go, and another great jump for our leader, Jonathan Jennings, as Chad Waller protects the inside lane, holds off a hard-charging Mike Samia as they come off of turn number 2. Kevin Brown trying to get himself up on the podium as Chad Waller's going to dive down to the inside. Caution. Caution is out on the racetrack. That's why he made the dive down to the inside. And, oh, tough break. It looks like it's for the 27 of Christopher Simon. That's going to bring up another wreckage rewind here as we see what happens to... We are going to take a look at this one because this one actually started way up in front of Christopher Simon. So on this restart, we see the 15. Looks like he either missed a gear or spun the tires or something. That allowed Leander Johnson down to the inside. They go 3 wide, a little bit of contact there as they come off of the quad oval there. That gets the Chuck Cobb machine Leander Johnson machine way out of shape there. And then Christopher Simon just kind of a victim here as more contact is made. And then the 76 of Lucas Edwards gets into the back of Simon as Simon was trying to check up to avoid. Engel got a little piece of that as well as Gary Amio. And then Simon gets T-boned by the 61 of Frank Hughes, who just got the lucky dog and got back onto the lead lap. Mike Leftwich involved in that one as well, so that one just happened so quickly. You see just how fast this happens. This is going to be in real time here. Let's ride along with Christopher Simon here. Yeah, Simon was trying to check up to keep from running into the back of Engel, and Lucas Edwards just nowhere to go, not able to check up quick enough, and got into the back of Simon, setting him for a spin and causing a chain reaction around the restart, which is really easy to do when all the trucks are really stacked up like that. So that's going to give us 5 laps to go when we come around this time. The lights on the pace car should be going off, and we'll have ourselves a 3-lap shootout to the finish. Of course, Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar, or take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Also, we want to shout out our great partners here on Intensity as well, including Race EPI for all your iRacing coaching and setup needs. Check out raceepi.com. Check out our website over at intensitybroadcasting.com for all your Intensity. Some of our league's merchandise is there as well as Allie Atman Weiss' racing gear, one of the other announcers and co-founder or founder of the Intensity Broadcasting Company. So check all that out over on intensitybroadcasting.com. You can also check out the Doghouse Racing League's website at doghouseracingligue.com, where you can find their merchandise as well as standings, stats, and driver info. All the news you need from the Doghouse Racing League. Check out their website. A link is down below. There's also a link down below for Doghouse Racing League's great partner, Rogue Energy. The Doghouse Racing League is fueled by Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy is designed to be the ultimate energy drink. 0 sugar, 0 fillers, 5 calories packed with essential vitamins. Take hydration to the next level. Visit rogueenergy.com and enter the code DOGHOUSE for 10% off. And all commissions earned through the link will help support the Doghouse Racing League. Lastly, we have our great partner over at Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known, established, and leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Their patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is a new and upgraded sim racing haptic, which reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and other gaming effects. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Well, we're getting ready to rack them, restack them, and getting ready to refire them, which will be our first unofficial green-white checker finish. In the chat here, we say, oh my God, I want to go to West Virginia to Shoney's. I have family there. Well, there you go. Check out Shoney's. We don't have those up here in the Northeast, so actually we really don't have any big diners. I know all the Denny's closed around here, and man, last time we had a big diner besides Denny was Bickford's, which has been long gone. I'm really dating myself now, but here we go. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Jonathan Jennings chooses the inside lane, putting Chad Waller up on the high side. Excuse me. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Jonathan Jennings is going to lead the field down to the Toyota restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. We're back racing for a 2-lap shootout, unless the caution was a fly yet again. A battle for second heating up as Samia now looking down to the inside, and caution is out on the racetrack. A big mess here on the racetrack. It looks like Christopher Simon's involved. Eddie Rivers was caught up in this one as well. Ooh, Jeffrey Engel got a piece. Ooh, Jeffrey Engel, that looks like that truck is done for the evening. The smoke pouring out the back of that truck. That's going to bring up another wreckage rewind. This looks like another big stack up here on the restart. Ooh, good contact there. We're going to rewind this one just a little bit because this one is, we're going to break this one down completely. We see the 61 trying to get a run here, gives a little bump, tries to get to the outside of the 27, gives a bad bump to the 27. That sends him a little bit down to the left, down towards Engel. Makes contact with Engel, who comes up into the 15 of Rivers, sends Engel across the track in front of Hughes yet again, and then it just all breaks loose. The 114 of Dumont is involved. 60 of Leftwich caught up in this one as well. So it looks like just a little bit of wheel spin there on the restart for a couple drivers. Just a little different speeds coming to that spot. A little bit of a racing deal. Ooh, Jonathan Jennings had a little connection blink there. Let's hope that his connection stays stable here for another 2 laps. Chris Waller sits back in second. Michael Samia still in the 3rd spot. Justin McMahon in 4th, so McMahon was not able to get around Samia, so Samia is going to hold on to that 3rd spot for now. Looks like next time by, the lights will be coming off on the pace car. We're going to go back green flag racing. If Jennings has Spectrum, he should be worried. Oh, man. As someone who comes from Charter or Spectrum, yeah, I can attest to that. That is for sure. The lights are still on the pace car. Looks like we're going to go around at least one more time here. We get things sorted out here in the back. A couple drivers trying to get lined up properly here in the rear of the field. And don't forget to join us after this one's over, as we've got a special treat for you in our truck doubleheader, as the SCSRA Blue Ridge Auto Truck Series takes on Bristol Motor Speedway. But we're going dirt racing, baby. So if you like watching these trucks slide around on dirt, check it out here at 9:30 Eastern as the Blue Ridge Auto Group Truck Series takes on Bristol Motor Speedway in the dirt. So here we go, field making its way down towards turn number 4 and down towards the front stretch. And I believe the lights will be shutting off this time by, as the field will receive the 1 to go. There you go, lights are off on the pace car. This will be our one and only attempt at a green-white checker finish. The way this works is the green flag will fly, next flag will be the white flag, and if the white flag comes out, the yellow flag will be put away. If the yellow flag comes out before the white flag, the race will be over, so the next flag will finish the race. So Jennings chooses the inside, Waller to the outside, Samia and McMahon in row number 2, Kevin Brown, Steve Gerber in row number 3, Jeffrey Wimmer, Hunter Simpson back in row 4, and Chuck Cobb and Dominic Hughes round out the top 10 as the field enters turn number 3. And Jonathan Jennings gets ready to lead him down to the Toyota restart zone. With Chad Waller to his outside. Chad's kind of anticipating this time. When is Jennings going to go? Last time he went a little more towards the middle of the zone. Is Jennings going to go early? Is he going to go late? He's going to go real early. Green flag is in the air. And we are racing again. And Chad Waller looking up to the outside. Samia looking down to the inside. Here comes McMahon trying to force the issue in the middle as they come off of turn number 2. McMahon is able to get around Waller. McMahon's going to set his sights on Samia. They come through turns 3 and 4. McMahon overdrives the corner. That's going to open the door for Waller. But Samia's now going to try a crossover here. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Justin McMahon able to move himself up into the second position. The battle is for the final podium spot as Samia and Waller side by side into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4. Cross the stripe. The 91 of Jonathan Jennings will get the win. McMahon comes across second. Steve Gerber comes home in third, and they're wrecking behind. Parts flying, trucks wrecking. And Jonathan Jennings gets the win. Couple different incidents here coming through the stripe. You see the 61 gets down on the apron, comes up across track. Lucas Edwards involved, a couple other trucks involved. And then how about this battle for the final spot as Waller forces Samia up the track. Samia gets loose, comes down into Waller. A big wreck here on the front stretch. But Jonathan Jennings gets the win. He's going to celebrate here on the front stretch. And Jonathan Jennings celebrates his victory, which would be his, at this point I've lost count how many victories he has this season. That is win number 7 in race number 10. So fantastic job for Jonathan Jennings. Let's take a look at the entire running order here tonight. Again, Jonathan Jennings gets the win here tonight. Justin McMahon comes home second. Steve Gerber third. Mike Samia and Jeffrey Wimmer, your top 5. Hunter Simpson comes home 6th. Chuck Cobb, Dominic Hughes, Kevin Powell, and Leander Johnson round out your top 10. Chad Waller falls back to 11th. Michael Dow 12th. Kevin Brown back to 13th. Adam Gardner and Ricky Hudges rounds out the top 15. Richard Leclerc comes home 16th. Stephen Bonomo back at 17th. Andrew St. Cyr in the 18th position. 19th was Jonathan Smith. Christopher Simon back in the 20th spot. Then Frank Hughes Jr. 21st. Justin Hughes 22nd. Mike Leftwich comes home 23rd. Gary Amio back in 24th. 25th was Mark Dumont. 25th was Lucas Edwards. 26th, Mark Dumont. Jeffrey Engel 27th. Eddie Rivers 28th. Frank Hughes and Bill Gentry round out the field here tonight at Charlotte. As we get ready to talk to our top 3 drivers here tonight, starting with our 3rd place finisher, Steve Gerber. Steve, you got Josh up in the booth. Got me?
Hey, Josh, how are you tonight?
Man, I'm doing well. What a run for you here tonight. I know most of the race kind of mid-pack, kind of hanging out all race long. And then at the end there, you had 2 wreck right in front of you, and the seas parted, and found yourself in the right place at the right time. Talk us through that last lap there.
Last lap was, I mean, I was trying to get good runs, but I was trying to not blow through 3 and 4 there, and I probably was checked up a little too much, and Hunter was right on my butt there, and then I think Netco just bit Kevin. It was I looked at it back because I didn't know what happened, and I don't know if the wonderful computers just thought I was gonna jump out and hit Kevin, and I don't know what happened, but Kevin just got exploded by netcode. And then Michael was just tight off of that corner, which is what I didn't want to do. And then he just tried to stay off the wall and destroyed Waller. So I got lucky and went through the paint. Survived.
Sometimes that's what you got to do, especially with that AstroTurf down there. It gives you that little bit of extra ability to run through there.
Exactly.
Talk us through the rest of the race. So strategy kind of came and went. We saw green flag and pit stops interrupted by the yellow there. And I believe you were actually on pit road when that caution came out, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
No,
Nope,
you
I
were
was
one of the
not.
ones that
Because I had pitted early, so I was good on fuel till about 42, probably. No, probably a little farther than that. And it was good. I mean, I was in a good spot. I didn't want any cautions because I was sitting pretty good. I was about to get by 66 and 33 just based on tire wear. I was catching those guys, so a couple more laps I would have been by them, I think. And then I think if it would have just rolled out, and I would have pitted 42, 43 and gone the rest of the way green, I would have been in good shape. I don't know what place I would have been in, but I would have been. I might not have been any better than where I finished anyways, but I thought I had good strategy saving tires and seemed like I was in a good spot anyways, but I don't know. I think I got pretty lucky there with couple of those cautions, and I know I missed some of that stuff. So, but I don't know. It was fun, mostly fun.
Yeah, it looked like a fun race out there tonight. Well, man, it's a second podium in a row for you here tonight. That's got to feel pretty good. And see, before I let you go, anyone to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Oh man, just shout out to the league again, Daniel, you guys for putting on the show here, and my wife and my friend Mike who does my paints. Appreciate his help too. So.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck next week at Darlington. I know that's a tough race. And
yeah, that's a tough one. Might have to practice more than a couple hours for that one.
I know because my league on Wednesday night just ran at Darlington in the Cup Series, so I know how tough it is. So good luck next week, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good one.
Have a great night.
Yep.
So that was your third place finisher, Steve Gerber. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Justin McMahon. Justin, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Josh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your conversation there.
Fine.
But, man, great run for you here tonight. I know kind of got stuck on pit road kind of during that round of green flag pit stops. Yellow came out, got you trapped back there. But able to work your way back through the field. And I know that wasn't easy because we saw you kind of stuck back in traffic at one point back in the Hornet's Nest. How nerve-wracking was that? And how good did it feel just to get back up through the field and up to the front?
I felt pretty good to get back up there. The initial, I wasn't overly concerned. I mean, I knew getting through traffic was going to burn my stuff up. Tires were super important here. I mean, it didn't take very long for the truck to start getting tight. So I knew that if I was back in there at the back of the pack, for me to be able to get back up near the front, I was going to burn my stuff getting back up there. Which is pretty much exactly what happened. I was able to get to, I think, 6th or 7th, and the car just balanced out, and I couldn't go anywhere from there. So it was a little nerve-wracking at times, I think, back there, but not as bad as it probably looked on the broadcast. But I don't know, it was pretty fun. I had a good time. Just glad I was able to. That caution fell at the right time at the end there. Allowed me to, get a new set of tires on there and be able to give myself a real fighting chance, at least from inside the top 10. Didn't really want to see those last couple cautions, but all in all, I'm happy with second place finish again. Not so happy that I'm second behind Jonathan again, but I think if I had another couple laps, I might have been able to give him a little run for his money there, but I didn't have enough time.
Well, he's kind of walking away with it right now, but we move on to a tough track next week over at Darlington. How do you like your chances at Darlington and catching this boy?
Not so much. Jonathan's usually really strong there. I got my work cut out for me again, I think. I'm going to have to put some time in this coming week here to get some practice in to gather things up a little bit, but yeah, he's going to be hard to beat again. He's usually really good there, so that's bad for everybody else in the field, I think.
Well, again, awesome job for you here tonight, coming home second place. Before I let you go, Justin, anyone you thank, any shots you got to give?
Yeah, Group 6 for the sponsor on the truck. My buddy Nate at Group 6 Interactive. My brother that watches, and my wife, Sarah, for letting me do this every week, and you guys for doing the broadcast.
Awesome, man. Well, again, we do appreciate you, the kind words, and good luck next week at Darlington. We hope to talk to you again soon.
Sounds good, Josh. Thanks.
Have a great night.
You too.
That's your second place finisher, Justin McMahon. Let's bring in your winner here tonight, Jonathan Jennings. Jonathan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
It's becoming a weekly occurrence now, getting your 7th win of the season and having some luck on your side there. You were on pit road when that caution came out. A couple of the viewers were wondering how you were able to get out so quickly, and we saw you just barely beat Samia off of pit road. Talk about that pit stop and the thoughts going through your mind when you saw the caution come out while you're on pit road there.
Yeah, it's not what I wanted to see, but when I come off pit road, it weighed me past, I think it was a 56 in Samia, and I thought I was going to be the wave around, but it weighed me on past the pace car for some reason.
Yeah, if you go back and watch the broadcast, you were just about 3 car lengths ahead of Samia as you were coming off of pit road, so that's why you were able to get out in front of the group there. And man, restarts were kind of the talk of the night tonight. I see a lot of issues behind you on restarts, but you're able to get the power down every time. Seemed like the track was a bit slick out there tonight. Talk about the race and the track itself, because it looked like people were slip sliding all over the place here.
Yeah, that first run of racing was good. The grip was there. I don't know if some guys took through later on, 'cause I know I tested it and it was not good. It was really loose, but I don't know. The grip was there and the power fall off from as far as I was running wasn't really there. There's a little bit, but not like I thought it would be.
Well, able to get the win here tonight. Next week we move over to Darlington. I heard that Darlington's a track where you're really good. How do you like your shot next week at Darlington?
I love that place. It's my home track, so I hope. I know it's a little greedy, but if I could just win one race a year, that'd be it. Maybe 5 flags.
Well, good luck next week at the Lady in Black. We look forward to see what you can do there, and congratulations on your win. One last time, though, before we let you go, anyone want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
You guys for the broadcast, Daniel and all the admins for everything they do, and the league sponsors, Shoney's and Rogue Energy, and my teammates, of course.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the win. Good luck next week, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
There's your winner, Jonathan Jennings, getting his 7th win of the season here tonight at Charlotte. That's going to do it for here on the Doghouse Racing League. One quick shout out before we let you go. Dale Brooks said hello to Jeff Wimmer, Chuck Cobb, Steve Gerber, and Hudges. So awesome see Dale in the chat there. And you got Kevin Doggy. K-Dog, Kevin Brown, a little disappointed in his finish, but glad to be out on the track again. So good to see everybody. Again, thanks for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell so you know when we go live anytime here on Intensity Broadcasting. Until next week, we'll be here for the Doghouse Racing League, but don't forget to tune in just a little bit as the SCSRA Blue Ridge Truck Series takes on Bristol Motor Speedway on dirt. That's going to do it for us here tonight. As our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over